Addressing gang violence in Antigua and Barbuda, a blueprint for the Caribbean. Gang violence has become a pressing issue in Antigua and Barbuda, as well as other Caribbean nations, threatening peace, security, and the future of the region's youth. Prime Minister Gaston Brown's recent engagement with local gangs, including the Grace Farm Killers, GFK, and the Two Drilly Gang, has been a crucial step toward conflict resolution. However, to tackle the root causes of gang violence and ensure lasting peace, a comprehensive, sustainable approach is required. This blueprint can not only serve Antigua and Barbuda but also offer valuable lessons for the broader Caribbean. Understanding the root causes gang violence in the Caribbean is often the result of a complex mix of socio-economic factors, including poverty, unemployment, and lack of educational opportunities. Many young people feel trapped in a cycle of economic hardship, where legitimate paths to success are limited. Without meaningful options, they may turn to gangs for financial support and a sense of belonging. Furthermore, the influence of Western media has intensified the problem, as young people are exposed to lifestyles that glorify wealth, materialism, and consumerism. The desire for expensive, unattainable goods, such as smartphones, designer clothes, and luxury items, can push youths toward criminal activity as a means of acquiring these status symbols. Boredom and a lack of purpose further exacerbate these challenges, often leading to mental health struggles, including self-harm. Vocational education, the key to self-sufficiency. One of the most effective ways to address gang violence is through education reform, with a focus on vocational training that equips young people with practical, marketable skills. The current curriculum in many Caribbean nations mirrors that of Western countries, preparing students for a limited range of professions that may not reflect the needs or realities of their local economies. By offering training in trades such as plumbing, sewing, tailoring, construction, mechanics, and farming, young people can gain the skills necessary to create their own livelihoods. This not only reduces the pressure to engage in criminal activity but also provides them with a sense of purpose, helping to mitigate mental health issues by instilling a sense of achievement and productivity. For example, learning sewing and tailoring can empower young people to produce their own clothing, reducing the need to buy expensive, imported goods. Similarly, training in farming can promote self-sufficiency in food production, lowering dependence on costly supermarket imports and fostering a more sustainable local economy. Reducing materialism and embracing self-sufficiency. The desire for consumer goods plays a significant role in gang involvement. Many young people seek the lifestyles they see on television or social media, which are often unattainable without illicit income. However, by teaching youths to create their own clothes, tools, and food, they can begin to shift their values towards self-sufficiency rather than materialism. Encouraging creative industries such as fashion design, agriculture, and craftsmanship not only fosters entrepreneurship but also gives young people the opportunity to build something meaningful. This reduces the allure of gang life by offering a clear, constructive alternative, one where success is measured by personal achievement and community contribution rather than consumer goods. Economic development and job creation. Addressing gang violence also requires a focus on economic development and job creation. A strong vocational education system can create a skilled workforce capable of driving new industries in Antigua and Barbuda. For example, a renewed focus on agriculture can reduce food imports, stimulate local economies, and create jobs in farming, processing, and distribution. Similarly, developing trades such as construction and mechanics can fuel infrastructure projects, allowing young people to actively contribute to the growth and development of their communities. To support these initiatives, governments must provide microloans and financial support to young entrepreneurs, ensuring they have the resources needed to start their own businesses. In the long term, this strategy will help reduce unemployment and foster a more resilient economy, one less reliant on external markets or industries. Community policing and early intervention. While education and economic reform are critical, addressing gang violence also requires community policing and early intervention. Law enforcement must work hand in hand with schools, community leaders, and parents to identify at-risk youth and provide them with the support they need before they become involved in gangs. Prime Minister Brown's direct engagement with gang members is a positive example of how dialogue and trust building can reduce tensions and foster cooperation. This approach should be expanded, with regular meetings between law enforcement, community leaders, and gang members to maintain open communication and address underlying grievances. Early intervention programs, such as mentorship initiatives and mental health support, can also play a crucial role in keeping young people on the right path. Addressing mental health and reducing self-harm. The emotional well-being of young people is often overlooked when discussing gang violence. However, boredom, isolation, and mental health struggles can contribute to gang involvement. By providing young people with a sense of purpose through vocational training and community engagement, the likelihood of self-harm and other destructive behaviors is significantly reduced. Creating environments where young people feel valued and productive is key to breaking the cycle of gang violence. Mental health programs, community outreach, and spaces for creative and physical activities can help alleviate the boredom and frustration that often lead youths into crime. A blueprint for the Caribbean. While this blueprint focuses on Antigua and Barbuda, it offers valuable lessons for other Caribbean nations facing similar challenges. Addressing gang violence requires a holistic approach that combines education reform, economic development, community policing, and mental health support. By focusing on vocational training and self-sufficiency, Caribbean nations can create a future where young people are empowered to build successful, independent lives. By reducing the dependency on consumerism, addressing the root causes of poverty, and offering meaningful opportunities for growth, the Caribbean can begin to break the cycle of gang violence and ensure a brighter, more stable future for its youth.